Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. This movie is amazing. This is no right to be as godly as it is. It is arguably one of my top tens ever. This movie came out, and to everybody's surprise, myself included, we got a spin-off of a main series of a spin-off character, which is Puss, that now we are saying, holy shit, this is an amazing film. The new models are amazing. The beauty of the animation, the colors, the characters. You love, hate everything. I love Jack Horner. He's an evil person just to be evil. The gags with him in cricket are amazing. We get Perrito, which is in my opinion, very important actually, because not only is he needed to bring in Soft Paws and Puss together, he's also something we all need right now. We need that one person to be positive, not negative, positive and good for you. So that's very helpful. Even though you could say it's toxic positivity, the fact that they're just the way they are like that is amazing. And then we have Goldilocks and the Three Bears, which they're very fun, although a very small part of the film. They were beautiful on the fact that we just saw them as a British gang mafia family, but we ended up seeing a true family come together. And as you watch the film, it's really amazing to see that, you don't always need blood. You just need somebody that really cares for you and loves you. And sadly, that's very common these days, where your blood is not as nice, your blood is not as loving, and it's very painful. But there are your friends, there are people that you've come to know that will love you and care for you, and they want to see you happy. So to see them portray a little fond family, if you will, is honestly very beautiful. And even though it's such a small part, it really pulls on your heartstrings, and I thank him for that one. And now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. We're getting to Soft Paws and Puss. Soft Paws, for example, really reminiscent to a lot of things these days, where she's the loner, and I think a lot of people can feel that, where you have to be alone. You've been betrayed a lot. You've just been used a lot, and it's always just hurt you in the end. So the fact that we have somebody to embody that, and over time they open up with and for Puss basically, and to see that growth between them has been just amazing. That's very warm. It's nothing complicated. Nothing overly crazy. It's just trauma can be healed with good people and working through your problems with the person or people that can help you get there. Put in the effort and you can, be happy. What I want to talk about mostly is Puss. Puss and death. Why is this part so heavy for me and so painful for me? Well, TLDR, this movie is about Puss in Boots. We follow his turmoil with his twilight of life, essentially, where he's died 8 times. Death is after him. And not only do we get one of the best intros to a villain, by the way, in the bar, which, fun fact, while he's drinking his 9 shots, on the last shot he doesn't get to finish it. So a super nice clue of detail with that. We see this battle unfold between the mercenary, or Death, and Puss, and he gets that fear instilled into him. He gets to fear death. He knows if he dies one more time, it's game over, which leads to the story unfolding. But what is it that's hurting me? It's the fact that they talk about death so openly, and death teases him throughout the whole movie. And it really hurts because growing up, I had my experience with death really early. And the fact that I had to deal with that wasn't exactly great. You're not supposed to be 10 years old and experience death like that. I'm not gonna get into details, but it wasn't great. And then I've had my near-death experiences. It's not saying it's like a trauma thing. It's just saying you relive it, and it opens your eyes and goes, wow, I actually went through quite a bit. For example, Puss gets basically his near anxiety, or like he gets anxious when death teases him. I had a lot of that, and I mean a lot. A lot. I can't even stress that enough. I couldn't even sleep in my own bed. It was insane. I was insane. And we end up honestly, the one scene that destroyed me. And I've seen this movie almost 6-7 times already. And the one scene that gets me every single time, and like just can't get over it is after Horner's fight with everybody on the river. It leads up to what everybody talks about. They talk about the panic scene where Puss gets a genuine panic attack and it's Perrito with him and he doesn't hear anything. He's not he's disassociated from everything. He's got like no feelings and the only thing that's existing is what's in front of him and his heartbeat, and nothing else is going on. You don't you talk it's muffled, it's blurry, there's no real focus on anything. We just see Perrito try to panic himself and try to see what's going on until he does what he does and he does his therapy dog and it's beautiful. And it still gets, even right now there's like I feel some weight right now. That scene was so hard to watch every single time because I've had those panic attacks and it's terrifying. And that is exactly what happens. I know people are different and experiences may vary, but the fact that they captured it almost to a T, you have to give them some credit and just at the same time tell them to, why the fuck did you do that? It's terrifying. I love and I hate it, but we see that he's genuinely scared. He's scared of death. He's scared of what he's done to soft paws and to get better, to get to where he needs to be. So we see him talk about it. We see him say like why he needs to get what the wish and all that. I don't blame Puss for that one, but at the same time, to reminisce a bit, you know, sometimes you need to have those experiences to admire what you've had and what you can have. So you do have to look back, you do have to grow, you do have to accept some things. And Puss basically talking to Perrito about what he's done, what he would like to do, maybe with Perrito telling him, talk to Softpaws, talk to her about how you feel, because it'll probably help everybody. This movie, later on, he accepts that death is something he can't run away from, and Softball sees that, Perrito sees that, and we get a really happy moment with it where he's not gonna run away and he's gonna fight death, and they have their whole battle scene, which is, by the way, it's still amazing. The scene is amazing.
This is gonna be fun.
It's just beautiful. Everything in this film, even the ending, even the second ending with after the fight with Jack Horner, it's still really, really, really great. But the fact that this movie, even though it has basically two fight finales, sub family and Perrito's turmoil or his not real turmoil, and Softpaws and Puss relationship, all this still feels like it shouldn't make any sense or even work, but it does, and it still terrifies me and it still hurt. But I can still sit back and enjoy watching this film because this film is for everybody, and this film does a fantastic job to show you that your friends matter, your loved ones matter. You can mend broken bonds if you put the work into it, and you have to appreciate your wrongs and your rights, and you have to appreciate going forward with anything where you have to move forward. And you can be evil and just be an asshole and that whole shindig, like you can't fix evil, okay? But that's what makes it amazing. That's what makes this movie so great, is the fact that, to me personally, it's terrifying for encapsulating what I've had to go through in my life, to acknowledge some things, and to watch a character that I never would have expected have this exact same fear. And that's why I love and hate this film at the same time. It captures what I went through, it captures the fear, it captures what we all fear, and it shows us a beautiful story from Puss, his friends, his loved ones, foster family, and we just see it all come together. And even though it's such a bittersweet message, but we end up coming out appreciating life, loved ones, family. This film just hits you right in the heart, or lets you appreciate life. That's why I feel the way I do. If you feel different about it or have a different thought about it, please let me know down below. I would love to hear what y'all have or experienced from watching this movie. But with that being said, that's all I got today. Take care. Thank you for hanging out and listening.